Welcome in, Slumpbusters. Obviously, we have some big time breaking news. Odell Beckham Jr. is signing with the Los Angeles Rams. And when it's impacting the real life game, of course, it impacts fantasy football. So I wanted to release this video from a fantasy football standpoint of what OBJ in LA means for your fantasy team. Now let's start off at the quarterback position. So Matthew Stafford. Stafford is already the quarterback 3 on the year in 2021. Do I think that he has much upside beyond that? Currently ahead of him, you have Tom Brady at number 1, and then you have Jalen Hurts at 2. Could he jump Jalen Hurts? Absolutely, because he has that guaranteed playing time. I think if anything, what this does is just solidifies Matthew Stafford amongst that elite tier of fantasy football quarterbacks, but he was never coming out of your lineup regardless. OBJ doesn't make him better, but it doesn't make him worse. And that's why Matthew Stafford is just a locked and loaded, set and forget quarterback 1 each and every week, regardless of matchup. He currently averages between 35 attempts per game. I don't imagine that's going to change with Odell. This is still an offense that likes to run the ball. So keep that in mind if you're expecting this to just be a 50 drop back per game offense. That is not what's going to happen with OBJ inserted in the lineup. Running back, Darrell Henderson, you don't have to worry about that. Darrell Henderson's going to get his touches. He's a firm running back 1 play. And Sean McVay has been using him very well throughout the season. The run sets up the pass in the Rams offense. The Rams offense is an offshoot of the Shanahan, Stefanski, West Coast passing attack. So no need to worry if you're a Darrell Henderson owner. The run is still going to be there. The run versus the pass, there's still going to be plenty of balance in this Rams offense. Now let's get into what you really want to know about. How does this impact the wide receivers? If you're a Cooper Kupp owner, don't worry about it. Cooper Kupp does a very different thing than what Odell is going to do for this offense. Cooper Kupp, he gets space, he's open in the middle, he's that reliable safety net for Matthew Stafford. So Cooper Kupp is still going to remain an elite wide receiver 1. He's going to finish within the top 3. He's currently the number 1 wide receiver on the year. I don't imagine that's going to change. I think he's still going to get between 7 to 10 targets each and every game, as has been his average. I mean, he's getting 32% of the target share from Matthew Stafford. They keep going breakfast together, and good things keep happening on the field. Where this really does hurt, though, if you're a Robert Woods owner, if you're a Van Jefferson owner. Van Jefferson was only getting about 14% of the offense, so he was just a desperation flex as is. But Robert Woods, despite him having what I think most people would say is a subpar year, he still was wide receiver 12 on the year in half-point PPR leagues. And now with Odell coming in this offense, I think he takes the biggest hit because he does similar things on the outside that Odell does. So his 21% target share, I imagine, is only going to get reduced. So between Robert Woods and OBJ, I think you're talking about wide receiver 3s with wide receiver 1 upside on any given week. I think this is very similar to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense, a worse version of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiving unit. Not to say that these guys are bad. I just don't think they're as good as Godwin, Evans, and AB. I think of it this way. Godwin is your Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's a little bit better than Godwin, but Mike Evans and AB, a healthy AB, are similar to what you have with Woods and OBJ. And I think that's kind of where you're going to see it, where you have similar to what you have with Evans and AB, where any given week, those guys can pop off, have huge monster days, but they're not giving you that consistent thing. They just have that wide receiver 1 uphill, but they're not wide receiver 1s in the totality of their stats. And that's why, yes, you should have OBJ on your roster. You should pick him up. You should make it a point to get him if he was dropped by other owners, given recent events with Cleveland. But your expectations should be tempered. You're not getting New York Giants 2014 Odell Beckham Jr. on your team, but you are getting a good wide receiver. I think you're going to get someone with, like I said, a wide receiver 3 floor. He's going to get anywhere between 4 and 5 targets on a given week. I don't think he's going to have those days where he pops off for 10, 12 receptions, as he still gets integrated in the offense. The good part about him is he's going to come batteries included, ready to rock and roll in this offense. He's been playing, he's been practicing all year. Don't need to worry about it getting in the game shape. And Stefanski runs a similar type scheme to what Sean McVay runs in Los Angeles. So the learning curve isn't that much of a detriment to OBJ in LA. Tight end, who cares? Tyler Higbee, if you're starting him, you're starting him. Tight end's a dart throw. I don't give a damn. Either way, guys. All right. Let me know what you think about my fantasy analysis here. Hopefully you heed this advice and win your league. Check out our other video just breaking down the real life implications of the game here. Got it linked here, got it in the end card of this video. So check that out. At SlumpBusterPod on IG, at SlumpBusterPod on Twitter. Go ahead and like this video, comment below your thoughts, and of course, hit that subscribe button, guys. Juju Talk Sports. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. I'll see you on the next one.